All right, moving on to the Eagles. And Bill, you can take a page out of Cody Benjamin, who is a huge Eagles honk, and this is how he describes the Eagles. They probably still have the NFL's best roster. Yeah, that feels like a layup. The thing I said they needed to do, not a lot of holes. Free safety could be something they target if they wanted to. Reed Blankenship, my dude, who played last year when Chauncey got hurt. He played pretty well. Can he start? We'll find out. But I said instead they could target inside linebacker. They have Nakobe Dean, not a ton of depth behind him. But there are guys like Miles Jack's still out there. Deion Jones is still out there. Zach Cunningham. All those guys are still in their 20s. And you could add depth there. But again, there's not a lot you have to do. It's just a matter of Jalen Hurts continue to be Jalen Hurts in a post-Shane Steichen world. I don't have too many concerns. I guess maybe, DeAndre Swift, is he going to stay healthy? Is Rashad Penny going to stay healthy? But if those are your biggest issues, I think you're in pretty good shape.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, I think there's this weird assumption that the Eagles are just going to, it's like, you gave them 10 wins? That's disgusting. It's
make your case.
Well, one, Jalen Hurts got hurt last year, and they didn't win any of the games in which he was missing. He runs the ball a ton. They're missing their offensive coordinator. They're missing their defensive coordinator. Eagles homers will tell you, now that Jonathan Gannon's gone, we can finally unleash the defense on people. It's like,
Brinson,
the best.
The quarterbacks don't matter, and you could still win games without your quarterback.
Clearly, San Francisco fan. When Minshew had to play, they didn't look that great. And
hold on. They went 0-2 with Minshew. In one of the games, they scored like 800 points.
Yeah, okay. They didn't win any games. Fine, whatever.
Loss is a loss.
The running back room, the DeAndre Swift trade. I specifically mentioned that Kellen Moore was gone and that they had Brian Schottenheimer in place at offensive coordinator.
Stay focused.
Pay attention. Keep up, senior football. The running back room, I think is really interesting with Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift, but Miles Sanders, very underrated job last year, I believe, and let me just double check. I have this open.
The changing running backs room is going to have zero effect on whether their team wins football games or not.
I don't think that's true at all. This is one of the most run-heavy teams in the league. What?
Jalen Hurts.
They lost. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm trying to find the. Here we go. Let's see.
Billy is sticking all of the Eagles fans on you right now.
That's fine. I don't care. That's pretty par for the course in Homerland. Adjusted games lost. I was trying to find it on. I'm pretty sure Philly was one of the healthier teams in the league. Is the point I'm getting at? And so that's just something that tends to regress towards the mean sometimes. When you win a bunch of games. They had the easiest schedule in all of football coming into 2022, and now they have the hardest schedule in all of football heading into 2023 because they have a first-place schedule. Those things matter when you're talking about the difference between 13 games and 10 games. I don't think it's crazy they win 10 games and the Cowboys, win 11. That's not weird.
Breech, where are you?
Well, I'll just throw in, I do agree that the roster is pretty stacked. The team's good, and I feel like if I had to bet one team from the NFC and one from the AFC that's a lock to make the playoffs this year, it'd probably be the Eagles, the NFC, and the Chiefs, and the AFC. So I think my issue with them is just that how do you respond coming off a Super Bowl loss? Because historically, teams haven't responded that well. I mean,
when's the last about
that? Too soon, Wilson. Much too soon. When's the last time an NFC team lost the Super Bowl? And then, I mean, am I forgetting? Is there something that's slipping my mind? When's the last time an NFC team lost the Super Bowl and got back to the Super Bowl the following season? I mean, the Patriots did it with Tom Brady. That's an AFC team. The Seahawks won a Super Bowl with the Broncos, or beat the Broncos and then got back to the Super Bowl, but that's not a Super Bowl loser.
Yeah.
It's just not easy to do. I mean, because you have the target on your back, but you don't have, the Chiefs have a target, but they won the Super Bowl. They have a Lombardi trophy to show for it. The Eagles don't have anything to show for it. And every team, the Eagles are going to be every team Super Bowl next year because they're the defending NFC champion. So I think there's something said for that is going to be more difficult. So
we all agree that they're a double-digit win team.
Yeah, I think that's more than likely, but weird stuff happens in the NFL. Also, as Breech points out, they're like, wow, we'll just win one this year. Okay, sure, go for it. That's easy to do. That? Eagles fans are like, well, we don't care if we didn't win one last year. We'll just win one this year. It's like, that's not how Super Bowls work, man.
10.5, Breech over
Eagles.
I'll go.
Oh. What, sorry.
Well, I'll go over, and I think the Vikings, 1973 Vikings were the last team. They lost Super Bowl 8, made it back to the Super Bowl.
It's a long time ago.
And lost again.
I mean, I would need to see the Jews probably go over, but I mean, I don't think 10 wins is crazy.